It's Miles' birthday, so I might as well do one more video. Anyway, let's, I should get this done. This is Beginner's Hall. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. What do you want to know? How to heal your allies. You probably already know this, but HP is your life force. If HP is lost in battle, you're out of commission. MP is the source of your magic power. If your MP is lost, you'll be unable to cast spells. So what should we do to cure a damaged ally? There are 3 ways. First, you can rest at an inn at a nearby town. Second, you can use items to help them recover. Third, you can use curative magic. I'll explain about magic later, but here we'll talk about items. Select item from the menu. Potion restores HP. If you can't find where potion is, access the menu and select the range to change the order of items. You can arrange them however you like. Order items you'll use in the field. Order items you'll use in battle. Prioritize items you can throw in battle. Order weapons and armor separately. Order by name. Order by most items held. Order by least items held. By the way, key items are just that. Items that unlock problems, just like a key. They're very important items you have to have. Keep that in mind. Okay, now select Use. Then select Potion. Select the person you want to use it on. If they're already maxed out, you won't be able to use it on them. We can restore MP with Ether. You use this the same way you did for Potion. Just pick a member and use it. The number appearing next to the item name tells you how many are available. Of course, the more you use, the less you'll have. Some enemies will drop potions or ethers, but you'll want to stock up whenever you're at a store. One last thing, if someone in your party gets wiped out, either rest at an inn or use Phoenix Down. That's all. Curative magic. Now I'll tell you how to use curative magic. First, access the menu and select magic. Next, select who will cast a spell. Pick an ally equipped with restore materia. You can select another party member by using L1 and R1. The function also works in other submenus. Better remember that. This is magic you can use, monsters you can summon, and enemy techniques you've learned. Whenever magic is selected, the available magic appears on the screen. So, if you wanted to use Cure, you would select it from the menu, then select who you want to use it on. I think Potion is pretty expensive, so when you're near an inn and you can restore MP, it's better to use curative magic rather than Potion. That's all. Weapons and armor. Equipping weapons and armor is basic to battle. Let me show you how it's done. Just finding or buying new weapons or armor isn't enough. You have to access the menu and select Equip. My voice broke there. Then select who you want to equip. You can change weapons, armor, and accessories. Accessories have special effects. Just select what you want to change. On the right side of the screen, here's a list of what can be equipped. You can see the items effect here. Change your weapon with cross button. Make sure it'll increase attack and defense levels. Pay special attention to materia slots. The slots that are linked are effective. Also check the growth rates of materia. Now, when you want to remove an accessory, press triangle button here. You should never remove weapons or armor, because you never know when you'll be attacked. After you're finished equipping, you should re-equip your materia. That's it. What's next? How to apply materia. Materia can unleash hidden power in humans. So let's see how materia is used. First, access the menu. Then select materia. Select who you want to use it. Pay close attention to my weapon here. Each weapon and armor has slots in them. Choose which slot you want to put materia in. Now select the materia you want to use. This is curative materia. If you want to know what its effect is, line the cursor up with check. And press cross button. It's just like selecting battle commands. Just line the cursor up to magic. You can see that the available magic has increased. Now you can use new magic, Cure. And that's all there is to equipping materia. See, it wasn't that tough. When you want to remove materia, it's as easy as pointing to the materia slot and pressing triangle button. There's only one thing you have to watch out for. When you equip materia, your condition changes. Parts of you will become stronger, while others get weaker. Normally, when you equip magic materia, your magic power will get stronger, but your physical strength weakens. So, materia is kind of a double-edged sword. The left side of the screen shows the effect of the materia. Try out everything. And that's it. I'll tell you about some of the finer points next. Effective ways to use materia. Access the menu if you find materia. There's a lot of different materia around. This is one of them. It's called all materia. If you equip this alone, nothing will happen. It's a little tricky, but I'll tell you anyway. Now look at my weapon. Look closely at those two slots. They're joined together as linked slots. You've got to remember to put it into linked slots. Different materia will affect each other, but only if the slots are linked. Just to show you, let's put some all into one of the slots, and lightning in the other. Now we can use bolt on all the enemies, but it's limited to once per battle. Combine different things, and you'll come up with different results. Combining restore and all will let you use cure for your entire party. There are also many useless combinations. For example, restore and lightning. Bolt and cure can be used normally, but there won't be any compound effect. Specialized materia like all is called support materia. You can tell the difference just by looking at the materia's color. This may sound weird, but did you know materia grows on its own? Even if one of your allies uses it, it will continue to grow with each battle. As its level increases, so will the effects of the magic you can use. You already know that all works once per battle, but it can work twice or more times as it grows. When you get it to the master level, materia will divide itself, almost like it's giving birth. But that master materia won't grow past that. When you can't take on any more materia, you'd better sell it or dump it somewhere. You can see the useful functions here. You can arrange materia, remove all materia from your weapon. You can throw materia into the trash. Oops, relax, I wasn't gonna dump it. Let's see, this is a special menu for you. You can exchange all materia you have between allies, even if they're not in your party. Now about materia's growth. The growth rate depends on what weapon or armors it's put into. Some will double in growth, while others won't grow at all. In most cases, the materia's effect won't change, whether you put it into a weapon or armor. But elemental and added effect have completely different effects depending on whether they're put into weapons or armor. You've got to think about it. What weapon or armor to use, or what materia combinations will be the strongest. I remember hearing once about extraordinary materia somewhere in the world. I think I've told you just about everything I can. Oh my gosh, we're 11 minutes in. How to form your battle party. This is gonna be the tutorial part then. Okay, then I'll do another video after this. I'll explain your party's order in battle. First, access the menu and select order. Next, select who you want to switch. Now select the position you want. This will change their position in battle. In this case, there isn't any advantage or disadvantage. But when you select the same person twice, it will place them in either the front or back row in the battle. When they're on the left side of the screen, they'll be the front row. That'll be the front row, okay. When they're on the right, that'll be the back row. When you're in the front row and you select attack, you inflict major damage on your enemy, but in turn, you will receive greater damage. While in the back row, although you do less damage to the enemy, you also receive less damage. For magic attacks, there's no difference in damage between the front and back rows. There is also no difference when you use long-range weapons. It's better to keep weaker members in the back row. And that's it, of course. I'm better off in the front row. How to check your statuses. Status. Always know your current status. That's one of the basics of battle. Access the menu and select status. Next, select the member you want to check. Are you surprised at the amount of information? I'll explain the order. First, these are your experience points in your level. The more experience you get in battle, the stronger you become. This gauge tells you how many points you need to get to the next level. If you can't beat stronger enemies, raise your level by fighting weaker ones. You'll improve your physical and magical skills. Next is HP and MP. HP is your life force. If it reaches 0, you'll no longer be able to fight. MP is the source of your magic power. Every time you cast magic, you use MP. And when you run out of MP, you'll no longer be able to cast spells. This is called the limit gauge. It shows your anger level. When the gauge is full, you can use a limit technique. I'll tell you about limit techniques later. You know the battle commands are classified roughly into two groups. Attack is for regular physical attacks. Magic and summon cast magic spell attacks. Each has attacking power, defense power, and escape probabilities. The value depends on your equipment and experience level. The total effect is on the chart below. These are commands you can use in battle, as well as your presently equipped weapons, armor, and accessories. Press cross button here one more time. These are all types of attack. Some monsters are weak against fire. Others are weak against ice or lightning. The materia or items you have can add these elementals to your attacks, or protect you from them in an enemy attack. This chart shows your current attributes. Press cross button here one more time. The chart below shows added effects. Some enemies will use sneaky attacks on you. These attacks change your condition, such as sleep, confusion, poison, darkness, petrified, silence, small, frog, and so on. These conditions disappear after each battle, except fury and sadness, which will remain. To cure these conditions quickly, use items or magic. There are specific medicines for each condition. I know I'm repeating myself, but when you're taken out in battle, I mean when you're almost dead, use life magic or the item Phoenix Down. When you change materia or equipment, it's best to look here to check on them. Mastering elementals and added effects will make your battles safer. That's all. About limit status. 17 minutes in. Oh my gosh. Here are a few hints on limit techniques. When an enemy has pushed your anger to the limit, you can unleash unimaginable power. You know what I mean, right? The trick is how to use it. Access the menu and select Limit. Now select a member. Now decide what your limit will be. Lower limits have less power, but you can use them more of 10. If you set your limit higher, you can inflict great damage, but you'll have to wait longer to use it. After using this technique for a while, you'll vastly improve your technique. Your development will change, depending on how you fight. I can't tell you how it'll change. There's something you'll have to find out by yourself. I've heard a rumor about secret items that inspire ultimate techniques. I don't know whether or not those items really exist. That's it. Try everything out and use what's best for you. That's all. Okay. Hey kid, let me talk to you. This is the fabled save point. Save point, okay. At a save point, you can use a tent and or select save. You can also do something else there, but right now, it's a secret. Even if you are wiped out, if you've saved, you can restart from that same point. That way, you don't have to worry when you've been wiped out. This is jumping ahead a little, but when you leave Midgar and you get to the world map, you can save anywhere you'd like. Remember that. That should be all you need to know about the save point. I'll probably see you again somewhere down the road. Take care. I'm a treasure chest. Beginners, make sure and keep an eye out for me. What the heck? Hey kid, let me talk to you. Smack knock, help! You've got to hang in there. Your limit gauge is just starting to build up. Ah! Okay, now your limit gauge is full. Go ahead and use it. Fight with your limit technique. Oh no, the little girl. She's angry. Great. Magic, help. Calm down. When your enemy uses magic, counter with magic barrier or reflect. Magic barrier reduces the damage received from magic by half. Reflect bounces the attacks off you, but the number of times you can use it is limited, so be careful. Ah! Great. Wow, you sure are strong. I'm going to be strong too. Me too! If you want to get as strong as me, you need to use materia, and you have to find the best combinations of them. The type of materia you put in your weapons and armor will determine how quickly your materia grows. Put materia into the open slots in your weapons and armor. The possible combinations are limitless. That's about all I can tell you. If you want to be like me, you have to have some natural talent. I still don't get it. Listen, kids. That's alright. Just give it a try. Little by little, you get used to it. It just starts again. It's silly. Let me talk to the guys. Hey soldier, tell us about battles. We'll even pay you. I'm not hard up enough to take money from guys like you. But I'll rap with you for a while. What do you want to know? Oh gosh, even more. This is gonna be a long one. About ATB. ATB, or Active Time Battle, is a system that is always in operation during battle. Select Wait from ATB on the config menu, and time will stop when you select magic or items during battle. This gives you time to pick out your commands. This is especially helpful to beginners. Selecting recommended ATB in the config menu and the configuration menu can stop time while the effects of spells and items are taking place during battle. This lets you take your time looking over the progression of a battle. When you don't want to rush into battle, this is for you. Personally, I always use active because you can use whatever you like. Okay. About numbers on the screen. White numbers appearing on the screen in battle are damage points. Green numbers show restorative points. You better watch these if you don't want to get wiped out. About change and defend. The change command can move characters to and from the front and back rows. In the back row, the damage received is less, but the attacking power is less. You can make a change by pressing the left directional button in battle. Pressing the right directional button in the other direction during battle accesses defend. Selecting defend reduces the damage you receive by half until the next command. If you're up against a strong enemy, don't hesitate to use this one. Of course, I never need it. But escape. I don't really remember ever having to use the escape command, but you'll probably need it. Press R1 and L1 together. Hold them down and you can escape. Gauges. During battle, there are several gauges displayed. You can't check them now, so just remember what I tell you. Time gauge displays the time remaining until your next turn while in battle. When the gauge is full, you can make your command. If you don't want to make one, press triangle. You can move to the next character. It's convenient when you want to make Barrett work. The limit gauge increases every time you sustain damage. When it is full, you can use the limit technique. This gauge is not cleared after each battle, but gradually builds up over time. It takes a while for it to build up, so you have to think about which times are the best to use it. You probably don't know about them, but there are conditions of fury and sadness. When you have fury, your limit gauge builds up sooner, but your attacking accuracy is lower. Keep in mind that sadness makes your limit gauge build up slower, but the damage you receive is also lessened. The barrier gauge shows your defense barriers. Top gauge displays barrier or magic defense against attacks. The bottom gauge displays magic barrier or defenses against magic. Both will cut the damage you receive in half. However, over time, they will disappear. Whenever you use barrier or magic barrier, make sure to pay attention to the barrier gauge. That's it. Remember that for the next battle. About status. Status means just that, the status of each character. I'll probably wind up repeating myself, but let me go over a few basic points. Sleep. You can put in a command until you get up. You cannot put up Poison steals your HP in battle. Fury. Damage is increased, attack accuracy decreased. Tranquilizers will remedy it. Sadness. Damage is decreased. Hyper will remedy it. Petrify. Will petrify and become immobilized. Every member will be wiped out. Confuse. Will attack enemy and ally alike. Silence will be unable to cast magic. Paralyze. Stops time gauges commands. Darkness. Accuracy of hitting attacks decreases. Frog. Become a frog. I hate this one. Oh, I'm beat. Your status can be changed with magic and items, so you should check it whenever you buy things. About elementals. Elemental is the special effect that comes with certain weapons and magic. It's necessary to move ahead effectively if you pay attention to the types of elementals you use. You'll become intermediate in no time. I put together this list, but remember, it's just a partial list. Don't take it too literally. Fire effect works best on animals and water monsters. Ice effect works best on fire monsters and things that hate the cold. Lightning effect works best on mechanical things. Attacks using the Earth's power doesn't work on flying enemies. Poison enemies doesn't work on any poison-based enemies. Gravity-based attack. These hurt if they hit. Water calls on the Earth's water. Works well on fire monsters. Calls up the winds. Works well on flying enemies. Holy calls up the planet's power. Works well on dark monsters. If you use reciprocal elementals in your attacks, the effect is huge. Reciprocal. Also, if you use the same elemental, your defenses are raised, but you have to be careful because the opposite is also true. To see what elementals an enemy has, you need sense materia. If you get that materia, you should try using it. Help. Looks like you didn't get it the last time I told you. What's wrong with you? You touched in the head? Well, don't worry. You just need to press the touch screen in battle. Do that and the help message will walk you through the commands. This also shows you the name of your enemy. So even I used it once in a while. Make good use of it. Okay. Oh, I'm tired. That's all the time I have for you. Wasn't there an all materia somewhere? Oh, right here. Received all materia. Hey, you got one right off. That was materia. Next, take this treasure chest. Received ether. Oh, now listen. Hidden in these treasure chests are lots of items. There are box types and bag types, so make sure you don't overlook any. Okay, that's about it. I'll end this video here. I'll start up another one. But I'll have to upload another video first, actually. So yeah!